What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. Honestly, there is not that many updates in regards to XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. We'll talk about the fact that we are getting nearer to what could be the reaction in the markets that we've needed, especially because we're getting very close to retesting this resistance here on Bitcoin. Specifically, we're pretty much filling in this gap is what I mean. And you can see here, we're pretty much closing off the gap, retesting this major resistance, most likely, as we're starting to see, getting rejected here. And we don't really have much more room to fill in here. We have, today is, I believe, the 8th here. So there's only a few more days that would allow us to really fill in this gap here. And we're most likely not going to take all those days to get that decision here. And it's not just Bitcoin. We see XRP pretty much at its breaking point, which is the biggest thing we have to focus on today, is the fact that XRP has finally, what I believe filled in the gap here to, the most that it possibly can. Maybe a day left, but we're really stretching it dry. And then we're going to see, where are we going to go? Are we going to see that major dump or the mega reversal to the upside here? It also is happening with Ethereum, but more importantly, the S&P. We talked about this yesterday. I had shown you on the S&P 500, there was an hourly chart here, and you can see right now where we have drawn some sort of ascending triangle where we are creating higher lows, but we're creating the same highs. So we're not creating, we have higher lows, yes, as well as the same highs. So not higher highs, but the same highs. And we are filling in this gap here. So you can clearly see there is a resistance up top here where the prices are having a terrible time consistently trying to break through it. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 retests, but at the same time, we've had multiple recoveries, sliding us up further and further and further, filling in the gap within the ascending triangle here. Now, these typically do break bearish, which isn't necessarily a good sign, but yesterday we actually recovered quite nicely. You can see yesterday we actually opened fairly low within the ascending triangle. We actually opened outside of it, and then we managed to recover back inside, which is what I was expecting. Jumping to the 4-hour, you can see clearly here what it is that I'm looking at. Let me just delete this here really quick. Not what I wanted. This one. Okay, so now you can see that we opened below our major uptrend here, but with a little bit of time, we managed to recover back inside and actually closed at a high, which is exactly where we expected the markets to move to. So we have to talk about how these are all going to react with the markets, what we can expect to see moving forward here, and how we can, make money and profit off of this. Otherwise, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's episode. All right, guys, before we dive into the technical analysis, remember, I do have my finance channel up, and I am posting videos once a week. Hopefully, I'll be able to do them a little bit, sooner, maybe twice a week. I'll roll out 2 videos, but it's going to take some time here. But this is where I talk about basically everything finance and the economy here. So unlike this channel, which talks about cryptocurrency, and it seems to have a hard time mixing with the finance, which I thought you guys would be into, I've decided to separate it and have everyone that's into crypto watch crypto, and the people that are into finance or both can now watch this channel, and just separate that. And I think that's what's best for everyone. So check this out. I'm working on editing the video today, so hopefully I can have this video up today, if not tomorrow, the latest. So I'm excited for that. So definitely stick around. This video is going to be quite interesting. You guys definitely want to hear about it, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, diving into the technical analysis here, you guys can see top 10 cryptocurrencies. I want to give a quick refresh to see we're up about 2.85%. Really nothing. I wouldn't even, react nicely to this. Like, it is what it is. It's not worth reacting over, because the market's up 2.8% here. Really don't do anything. The prices were at this level just 3 days ago here, and we've pretty much just been going like this, up and down and up and down and up and down for the longest time, over a month now, of just this sideways consolidation. So you can see within these cryptos here, this is what we're dealing with. So since the start, you can see the date range from the beginning on May 11th here, we've had a total of 28 days on XRP. And if we go to Bitcoin, we've had a little bit longer. We could probably scale this out to 30 days, basically a month now of just sideways consolidation. At some point, this sideways consolidation, this repetitive pattern, does break. Now, I mean, I don't have it pulled up here, but we can obviously, scroll back in the past and find, moments when the markets were flatlined and consolidating. So you can see here on XRP, granted, this took a lot longer, but there was also a sideways channel here. You can clearly see that there were prices trending with a bottom support right about, I'd say, here. And we had a top resistance right about here. And then you can see we formed some sort of uptrend here, got sandwiched in, filled the gap, decision had to be made, and then we saw a massive skyrocket to the upside like nobody was expecting. So think about this, and this is really my point moving forward here, is that a lot of people get flushed out in these markets. We entered the market in September 6th of 2020, and prices literally floated between 23 cents and 25 cents, maybe 22 cents and 25 cents. And we trended like this for a very long time. This actually lasted about 70 days, so double what we're experiencing now, if not a little longer than double of what we're experiencing now. And this flushed out a lot of people that really had no interest in the market. They just wanted to make quick money, which is totally fine. I get it here, but you would have missed out on a massive opportunity. So while everybody's getting flushed out and not really interested in the markets, we were still, paying attention and focused on this because we knew what was to come after. Sideways movements like this with very little volume is always an indicator of big runs and big volume to come. And just after that, we saw a mega pump to the upside here, allowing the markets to actually swing up so big, it actually caused a 205% run. And you would have missed out on this had you have not bought in at these levels here, or at least caught it when the runs did actually happen. So it's exciting. I'm excited that it's happening again. I'm not worried about this. I think that's what we can expect to see. Whether that happens now or later is totally up to the market. It's hard to depict that, but you can see with this sideways consolidation, we're still in the descending fractal here. Prices are still correcting lower, but we are at a decision now where prices are being withheld by major support at 38 cents. Hopefully we don't break through that. I'm going to have a bias because I'm an investor. I want the markets to break bullish because I'm an investor. There's obviously a big chance we could break downwards and correct downwards. There's also a big chance we could swing up. So my investment plan is obviously taking advantage of this on Bityard with XRP pulled up right here. Obviously Bityard is the #1 leveraging crypto website that we like to use here. But my plan is when I see the price on the daily charts, because you can see we've wicked below it in the past here, close substantially lower than our major support at 38 cents. So let's say we close at 36 cents. I would buy in with expectations of seeing a major drop to the downside or a gradual drop to the downside here, and vice versa. I'm not waiting for confirmation above this resistance. I'm going to wait for a confirmation above this one. So we could see a run like this from swinging us up from a price of 39 cents all the way up to 45. But I would expect to see a bigger run to the upside here. So if you want to play it extremely aggressive, this would be a trade. If we confirm breaking above this purple band right here, you can put in a short-term, like hourly trade, very aggressive, to the upside here with expectations of a run to 45. But conservatively, what I plan on waiting for is a break above this, with expectations of a recovery up to targets between, I'd say, 59 and 66 cents here, and that's what I'm focusing on. The same thing applies with Ethereum. Ethereum and Bitcoin are kind of neck and neck here. We're waiting for that confirmation. Once again, you can see we're pretty much rejecting off this major resistance here, which isn't a bad thing. We're still in this descending fractal here, filling in the gap. There's a good chance we're going to reject off it as we are, but fill in the gap here, then get a decision at this point for either A, a tumble, or B, a break. And the same thing applies itself, like I said, with XRP. We buy in for a short below this right here, expecting a drop, or we buy in when we confirm above, not the downtrend, but this resistance here with expectations of seeing a conservative swing to this target right here, about 37K. So yes, it could go up or it could go down, but at least we know when it's to come. And when it does come, there's going to be so much volume in it that it doesn't matter if you miss out on the second it breaches. You have quite a while, a day or two, or a couple of days to buy in for the leverage, for the trade, whatever you want to do. As for the S&P 500, the problem with everything that we're seeing right now is the constant resistance and retaliation that the S&P is seeing as it battles this major resistance here. Even though we did swing up, yesterday here, there's still a major resistance in catalyst. We had February lows, we've had March lows, we've had April and May lows retesting this major resistance here. So we're having a lot of difficulty breaking through this because it was a massive support. We saw numerous attempts for success. We had June, we bounced off of it and allowed us to head up higher. In February, we had a major bounce that allowed us to head up higher. And then we had in March a major bounce to allow a recovery. And here we are again breaking through it and trying to get back above. So it's going to be very difficult. Possible, yes. Difficult, yes. So we'll see how it plays out. We could very easily reject off it. We could very easily swing up. It's just a matter of time before we see what exactly happens. But we're not doing too bad in regards to the overall S&P. That's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. Definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.